Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. Um, uh, Before I get into it, tomorrow is going to be a pretty busy day. There's a big thing that's going to be happening, but I'm not going to say what it is yet until my next Chat with Matt video, which I promise will be soon. And another thing that's really not so big, but I'm going to be getting something in the mail. And as you can see, Morgana is right there, so that should give you a hint of what's coming up tomorrow if you know the upcoming games that are coming tomorrow. So, yeah, but anyways, let's get into another double movie review. Um, yeah, I'm doing another one of these because, but when it comes to two movies, then I'll just do one for each. But you know what? I have more videos I want to make this week, so I'm just going to give two movie reviews in one video. Again, first off, the main course, Godzilla King of the Monsters, which there already was Godzilla King of the Monsters movie in like the 60s or 70s or 50s. I don't know. I never watched the old Godzilla movies except for the one from 1998, even though that movie just sucks. It just absolutely sucks. But the one that I have watched and I still really enjoy is the one from 2014. So, and this is basically a sequel to that. So, Godzilla, of course, is back, and there are other monsters that are taking over the entire city. And apparently, Godzilla is a hero now. Instead of attacking the people, they're with them to take down the other bad monsters that want to just destroy everything, just want to destroy the people and the town. So everybody gets together to root for Godzilla as he takes down the bad guys. As Godzilla has, for some reason, become a superhero now. But I mean, so has King Kong, kind of in Kong Skull Island, sort of. I mean, he lived in Kong Skull Island. He didn't die like in the original and Peter Jackson movies. Movies, I mean, just movie. But so this movie had a lot of potential because we get to see Godzilla battling, big, enormous monsters. Because the last movie, it didn't really have that much monsters or Godzilla. Basically, like 10 minutes total in a 2 hour and 4 minute movie. This movie gives a lot more screen time to Godzilla and other creatures, and that's one thing that I think fans are going to be super satisfied about. And it does look pretty damn good in terms of its visual style and, of course, delivering like creature action and Godzilla. If you come to see that, if you come to see all that, then you're really going to enjoy this movie. But unfortunately, as for the characters, they're for the most part pretty weak. Even though I didn't really care that much for the characters in the 2014 film, I think they had better characters in that movie than this movie. I mean, they're giving okay performances. I thought the best part of the movie in terms of characters was Vera Farmiga, because it's probably because I've known her in a lot of films and I think she's an absolutely talented actress. Even if she is in some bad movies, she still manages to give good performances. But that's the thing. The moments with the human characters are just so weak and boring. And as for its story, it's basically on the weak side. And it just doesn't bring anything good to this upcoming new Godzilla franchise. I mean, we're already going to be getting King Kong versus Godzilla, which is going to be pretty cool. Hopefully, that will be better than this movie. But there are stuff that I really enjoyed about this. Basically, if you just ignore all the human characters and just focus on the creature action, then you're going to enjoy this movie. If that's what you came to see, you're going to enjoy this movie. But I prefer good stories and good characters because they'll be something, because they're characters to root for that you want to survive, and then at some moments they might break your heart because they might die or something. But I really didn't care for anybody in this movie. They were very, very weak. But I mean, it goes by pretty quickly if you're focused on all the big monster action and stuff. So yeah, weak characters, great monster action, because that's what you want to see in a Godzilla movie. You want to see Godzilla fight a bunch of monsters and other things. You want to see destruction and stuff. That's what you want to see in Godzilla. As for someone who hasn't grown up with the movies or the original movies, then I can't really say that I enjoyed every little thing about this movie, because while I was entertained by those sequences, there's like 30 minutes total, or basically an hour total. I mean, there's more screen time with the monsters in this than the original, but there's still a lot of screen time with the characters that just feel fleshed out. They weren't interesting, and it all wraps up with a pretty weak ending, in my opinion. But that does kind of lead to another movie coming up. Like, oh, I see what they're going for now. Uh, so overall, this movie just it was all right. It was all right. It was all right. But let me be honest, I wasn't extremely hyped for this movie because I knew they were going for. They were basically. I mean, I will say I like Kong Skull Island more than this. I thought that was a good movie. I thought it was a fun time. I enjoyed that movie a lot more than this. Uh, and I was really hoping for this movie to bring something better to the Godzilla series. But oh well, they can't all be winners. I'm gonna give Godzilla King of the Monsters a 3 out of 5. Now, you do not have to listen to me. You can go enjoy it, have a blast, just eat popcorn with your friends if you really want to see Godzilla on the big screen. It'll basically give you what you want in a Godzilla if you're a big Godzilla fan. But if you're me and want to see something, big with really excellent characters and a well fleshed out story, also being very fun, then you're not going to enjoy this movie. I mean, I did enjoy some aspects, but it's another one of those okay movies that I just would probably just watch one time in the theater and probably never watch it again. But apparently, this isn't the last movie I saw this weekend. I also saw Maw. Now, Maw is a horror psychological thriller film about Octavia Spencer character, Sue Ann, or as the teenagers call her, Ma. And basically, she buys them beer because the teenagers forced her to, or asked them to because they were going to go to a party. But then Ma decides to throw her own party in her basement with a bunch of other teenagers, and the other teenagers that she got the beer for start going to her party. But later on, she starts getting a little insane because stuff has happened into her past. Sorry if that was a spoiler, but it's really hard to not spoil stuff that happens in this movie. Now, when I was watching this movie, I was all like, okay, this movie might suck, but I know one thing: Octavia Spencer will be the best part of the movie, and I was right. She was. She's excellent in this movie. She is just knocking it out of the park. She starts coming off really nice and sweet to later on being downright creepy, but I can understand why she's just acting all crazy and stuff, with all these teenagers at her party. She's just feeling like she's just absolutely young again because she hasn't had. Well, if I say any more, then I'm just gonna spoil the entire movie for you. So yeah, it's more on the thriller part than the horror part. Like there is a couple of minimal jump scares, but it's not like a flat out jump scare fest. Like jump scare, jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. Because it's not really a horror. I mean, it's by Blumhouse, and Blumhouse is known for horror films, but this is one of those thriller films. For the most part, I was really intrigued because it took it into a bit more different direction. I mean, the teenagers gave pretty solid performances overall, but they were once again really weak. In fact, some of their dialogue really does not come off very well. I mean, Octavia Spencer's dialogue was very intriguing. And while it wasn't perfect, I will say it was entertaining to see Octavia Spencer give some random comedic lines until she turns out to be a serial killer. Like, so yeah, and this is, you could basically take it as, like, if it were like Misery meets Night of the Living Dead without the zombies. Or, I don't know. It's kind of hard because the reason why I say Misery is because there's a woman who seems nice but then ends up going all crazy. I mean, I can say she's definitely almost as good as Kathy Bates in Misery. And for the most part, there are scenes of this movie that do come off as a little creepy, not like scary creepy, just weird creepy. But they do spoil some in the trailer, so you shouldn't really be surprised. But there are creepy aspects, and there were some twists and turns that I wasn't really expecting. And there are some really creative kills in this movie. And yes, there is kills because it's a horror film. And of course, it's about a crazy lady. So that's one thing you should definitely expect. And honestly, I was really entertained by it. Overall, Ma was an enjoyable experience. Okay, it's not a perfect film. It definitely has its issues, but I think Octavia Spencer overall saves the entire portion of the movie. This was a lot better than I expected it would be, and well, I wouldn't say I would watch this movie multiple times, but I just thought this is the type of movie that she deserved to be in because she is terrific in this movie, and I like the concept, and for the most part, it does work a little bit. Although there are a few pacing issues here and there, but overall, I was entertained and intrigued, and I wasn't flat out bored throughout most of the movie. And I think overall, it was worth my time for the most part. All right, so I'm gonna give Ma a 3.5 out of 5. So yeah, overall, this was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be like or ugh. But overall, I think it was what I was hoping for it to be, like an entertaining, for the most part, horror thriller film with a fantastic psychotic villain, played wonderfully by a great female actress. So yeah, I don't know what's going to be happening for me this week. I mean, I do have a few things that I have to do this week, but I know Dark Phoenix is coming out this weekend. I might have time to go see that. So, but not a lot of people are talking about Dark Phoenix that much. I kind of forgot that Dark Phoenix was coming out this weekend. So, but I'll still see it. I'll still see it because I like making these videos for you guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.